So I played through What Remains of Edith Finch because I got it for free on Epic. It's been on my wish list forever. I got it for free on Epic
Yeah, I remember it
months and
was free a long time
not
ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, like a very long time. And I had never played it before. And it's really, really good. So if you like the story of walking simulators but don't like the whole W gameplay of most walking simulators, What Remains of Edith Finch is actually probably for you. It's a series of like loosely collected mini games. Like they're not super in depth. You're not gonna like spend time getting good at them, but it gives you a kind of something to go through while you're waiting for story beats, basically. And it's good. It's really good. I enjoy the story. Like it's not anything that's gonna blow your mind, but it's good. It's enjoyable. It's a little tragic, a little sad, but honestly, a nice experience that I can recommend to people.
I've heard the game is really good.
It's fantastic.
It's on my radar.
And I'm not going to get into spoilers. Is that you are like super far down this family tree that's big and giant, just so many fucking people in this family. But they live in this big ass house that's been just built upon over the years, just a shit ton of renovations and additions, and quite literally, it reaches up into the sky like some like weird, fucked up baby's first skyscraper. Like you're half expecting the house to fall down at any moment, and your job is to go through and discover like the rooms that your family members lived in, and kind of their backstory and what happened to them and why they're not around anymore. And it's kind of cool. The house gives you a little bit of a place to explore. There's a bunch of stuff that's not quite exactly how it seems, and the general story beats hit fairly well. Especially if you can pick this up for cheap and you're looking for something like that, a nice chill game that you can just get a story read to you or experience, and yeah, it's great. It's not going to change your world, but it's absolutely solid.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good. So to give like one small example, there's a part where you're playing as somebody who has a really boring job at a fish cannery. Literally, your job is to put fish into this like guillotine thing and dehead the fish before they move on to the next stage in the assembly line. And the story is about how your guy just lives in his head because his reality is so fucking boring. That he wants to create like a fantasy world where he can be what he wants to be instead of like the guy chopping off fish heads all day fucking long.
And what's wrong with cutting off fish heads all day long?
Right. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. So like off to the side, like from the left side on your screen, what happens is like a game will start to be developed. Like you'll start controlling a character and walking through, like you're this king and you're like talking to people and waving around, and like the fantasy takes up more and more and more of your screen. But as the fish pile up in the real world, it blocks your view from this fantasy world. So you have to simultaneously use the mouse to chop off fish heads and get them out of your way, and use the keyboard to walk around in this fantasy world. So you're basically playing two games at once. Like if you've ever been daydreaming at work and like reality unfortunately interjects and breaks you out of that daydream and you're trying to get back to that spot, it's that literal exact feeling, but built in gameplay. So you can like just experience that. It works really, really well. And there's a lot of stuff like that I'm pretty happy about.